This video is going to be about the names of the English newspapers, journals, magazines or periodicals, and the persons associated with those journals or periodicals, either they may be the editor or the founder. And this video is going to be helpful for English literature NET set SLST aspirants. Now let's begin. Okay, so here comes the first English periodical, and it was edited by Daniel Defoe. It was the first to engage a particular political topic, the relationship between England and France. Next one is Tatler, founded by Richard Steele. And then Spectator. Spectator was a daily publication founded by Joseph Addison and Richard Steele. Okay, then the next one is Guardian. Guardian was a very short-lived newspaper by Richard Steele. And then comes Mercator. Okay, as the name suggests somewhat, it is a trade journal edited by Daniel Defoe. And then next is the Blackwood's magazine, which was founded by William Blackwood. Okay, the next is Gentleman's Magazine or Gentleman's Monthly Intelligencer. It was a monthly magazine founded by Edward Cave. It was the first to use the term magazine for a periodicals. And one more thing, Samuel Johnson was a prominent contributor to this magazine. Then comes the London Magazine, which was founded by Isaac Kimber. Okay, then the next one is the Female Spectator. It was edited by Eliza Haywood. It is the first periodical in English written by women for women. Okay, the next one is the Rambler. Rambler was a periodical by Samuel Johnson, and it was published on Tuesdays and Saturdays of every week. And then comes the Idler. Idler was actually a series of 103 essays, 103 essays. The authors were Samuel Johnson, Thomas Warton, Benel Langton, and Joshua Reynolds. Then the next is the Bee. So Bee was a very short-lived literary magazine by Oliver Goldsmith. Then comes the Watchman. Watchman also was a very short-lived periodical edited by S.T. Coleridge. And then comes the Edinburgh Review, which was mainly edited by Francis Jeffrey, Sidney Smith, Henry Brougham, and Francis Horner. Okay, then comes the Political Register. Political Register was a weekly political register edited by William Cobbett. Then the Examiner, a weekly paper founded by Leigh Hunt and John Hunt. Quarterly Review. Quarterly Review was a literary and political periodical by John Murray. The Dial. Dial was a magazine for literature, philosophy, and religion, edited by Margaret Fuller and eventually succeeded by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Then comes Daily Crescent, which was edited by Walt Whitman. And then the Germ. The Germ was the magazine that the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood created to express their thoughts towards nature through poetry, literature, and art. The editor was W.M. Rossity and other Pre-Raphaelite brothers. And then the Oxford and Cambridge magazine, which was mainly edited by William Morris, Edward Burne-Jones, William Fulford. Then comes Bentley's Miscellany, and the founder was Richard Bentley. The editor was primarily Charles Dickens. Okay. Then the Daily News, which was founded and edited by Charles Dickens himself. Then Household Words. It was a weekly magazine conducted and edited by Charles Dickens. All the Year Round. It was a periodical by Charles Dickens. Macmillan's Magazine, the editor was David Mason. Then comes the Cornhill Magazine, and the editor was William Makepeace Thackeray. And then the English Review. English Review actually published in a rage that there was no place in England to print a poem by Thomas Hardy. So it is edited by Ford Madox Ford. Then comes Poetry, a magazine of verse, which was edited by Harriet Monroe. The Egoist was edited by Harriet Shaw Weaver. And then the Blast. Blast was actually a very short-lived literary magazine of the Vorticist movement in Britain, edited by Wyndham Lewis. And then comes the Criterion. Criterion was a literary magazine founded by T.S. Eliot. And the next is the Champion. Champion was a series of papers which was humorous, moral, and political in nature and was edited by Henry Fielding. And then comes the Kenyon Review. The Kenyon Review was edited by John Crowe Ransom. And the last one is Mark. Mark was a quarterly Indian art magazine. Founding editor was Mulkraj Anand. So this was it for today. You can pause the video, you can take the screenshot, or you can note it down. Thanks for watching.